Good day viewers, welcome to the first episode of the Math Survival Kit. Okay, here in this video, the Math Survival Kit, this is your all-level math companions kasi dito i-discuss natin ang mga basics ng mathematics na pwede nyong balik-balikan na panoorin dito sa video na to. Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you for our first episode of the Math Survival Kit is the adding and subtracting integers. So before we proceed with the process, let's go over first with the concept of integers. Integers is the set of numbers containing whole numbers and their opposite. These numbers includes the positive and negative numbers to positive infinity and to negative infinity. So these are the examples of integers.
Oh my God!
Yes, those are the example of integers, the positive and negative numbers. Okay, so let's go over now with the rules on how to add and subtract integers. So the first thing that we need to remember in adding and subtracting integers is that if we have like sign, we add. It means that if we have two positive numbers, we add and then we copy their common signs. And then if we have two negative numbers, we also add and then we copy their common signs, which is negative. Next, if unlike sign naman, subtract and copy the sign of the larger number. That is, if one is positive and the other one is negative, we subtract and then we copy the sign of the larger number. And then if one number is negative and then the other one is positive, still we subtract and then we copy the sign of the larger number. So let us now proceed with the examples. Okay, let's say for example, let's have the very basic example. We have here 8. So if the sign is not visible, it is understood that the sign is positive. So positive 8 plus 3, that is equal to, so very simple, you just have to add them since they are both positive. So 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. Same with 7 plus 2, since they are both positive, we add 7 plus 2, that is 9. Followed by 1 plus 3, they are both positive, so we're just going to add 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4. The same manner, if we have two negative numbers, if we have negative 2 minus 3, so they are both negative. So all you have to do is to add them. 2 plus 3, so that is 5. And then we copy their common sign. So that is equal to negative 5. Another, if we have negative 9 minus 1, so we have here like signs, they are both negative, so all you have to do is to add the two numbers, 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10, and then you copy their common sign. So our answer is equal to negative 10. Next, if we have negative 5 minus 4, again, these two numbers are both negative, so we just have to add them. So 5 plus 4 is equal to 9, and then you copy their common sign, which is negative. So your answer is negative 9. So very simple. If the two numbers have like signs, so automatically we're going to add them. No? Both positive, we add, and then the answer is still positive. Both negative, we add, and then we copy their common signs, which is negative. Okay, let's go over with other examples. Okay, let's say we have negative 7 plus 2. As we can see now, 7 is a negative integer and 2 is a positive integer. So since we have unlike sign, again, if we have unlike sign, we just have to subtract and then copy the sign of the larger integer or the larger number. So 7, negative 7 and positive 2. So they have unlike sign, so we subtract 7 minus 2, that is equal to 5. And then you copy the sign of the larger number, which is 7. So the sign of 7 is negative, so your answer is negative 5. Next, how about if we have 8 minus 10? So 8 here is a positive number and then 10 here is negative. So it's very simple. We just have to subtract 10 and 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. And then we copy the sign of the larger number, which is 10. What is the sign of the larger number? That is negative. So your answer must be negative 2. Next, if we have negative 5 plus 8. So again, unlike signs. So 5 is negative and 8 is positive. So all we have to do is to subtract 8 minus 5 is 3. And then you copy the sign of the larger number. The larger number is 8 and the sign of 8 is positive. So we have positive 3. Next, let's go over with negative 5 plus 3. So again, 5 here is negative and 3 here is positive. So what we're going to do? Subtract. Okay, so 5 minus 3 is 2. And then what is the sign of the larger number? Correct, that is negative. So we have 5 minus 3 which is 2. And then we copy the sign of the larger number which is negative. So that is negative 2. Next is if we have negative 9 plus 1. So again, 9 is negative and 1 is positive. So we subtract 9 minus 1 is 8. And then you copy the sign of the larger number which is 9. So that is negative. So your answer must be negative 8. And finally, we have negative 5 plus 11. So 5 here again is a negative integer and 11 is positive. So we have unlike sign. So we subtract 11 minus 5 is 6. And then what is the sign of the larger number, which is 11? Okay, 11 is positive. So your answer must be positive. So 11 minus 5 is 6. So your answer must be positive 6. Okay, so we have another condition here. What if we are given a situation like this? So we have negative 5 here plus negative 3. Okay, so if you can see consecutive signs here and they are different, that will be automatically negative because it is like just we're multiplying positive and negative here. So when we multiply positive and negative, which we're going to discuss on the next episode of Math Survival Kit, if we see consecutive signs here which is different, that is automatically understood as a single negative. So that will become, you copy first negative 5 and then positive times negative, that will become now negative 3. Okay, that will only happen if the consecutive sign here, the one outside and the one inside the parentheses, are unlike. So we will make it a single sign as negative. So what will happen now? Negative 5 and we have negative 3. So they are both negative. So all we have to do, since we have like signs, we have to add them. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And then we copy their common signs. So the answer is negative 8. How about the next? We have 9 plus negative 4. So the same manner, we have unlike signs here. So automatic, we will have, you copy 9. So positive and negative here will become now negative. So that will become negative 4. Again, that will only happen if we have consecutive unlike signs here. So we copy now 9 and then this will become now minus 4. So this is positive 9 minus 4. So they are alike. So therefore we subtract 9 minus 4 is 5. And then you copy the sign of the larger number which is 9. So that is positive 5. Next, what if we have negative 2 here minus quantity negative 2. As you can see here, they are like here. The sign outside the parenthesis and the sign inside the parenthesis are like. So if we have this condition, this will become positive. Unlike with the other, if we have unlike signs, this will become negative. But this time we have two consecutive negative here, so that will become positive. So you copy first negative 2, and then these two negative now will become positive 2. So negative 2 plus 2, so we subtract since 2 here is negative and 2 here is positive. So we subtract 2 minus 2 is 0. So we don't need to write any signs here because the answer is only 0. So 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Next, what if we have 9 minus negative 2? Again, these are like signs, so this will become positive. Okay, so copy 9 and negative here will become positive. So this will become positive 2. So since they are both positive, we just have to add them. So 9 plus 2 is 11. Okay, let's have some more example. How about if we have negative 6 plus negative 5? Again, what we're going to do with this? So they are unlike, so that will become negative 5. So you copy first negative 6, and then your answer here, negative 5. So this is now negative 6 minus 5. So what will happen now, since they have like signs, they are both negative, so from the rules, we need to add them and then copy their common sign. So 6 plus 5 is 11, and then copy negative, that is negative 11. Try to answer this. How about 3 plus negative 6? Oh, what you're going to do with this? Okay, very good. That will become negative. So you copy first positive 3. That will become now negative 6. So that is 3 minus 6, or positive 3 minus 6. So positive 3 here is a positive, and then 6 here is negative, so they are unlike signs, so we subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. Since the sign of the larger number, which is 6, is negative, so our answer will be negative 3. How about this one? Negative 5 minus negative 4. Again, as you can see, we have here two negative signs. So what will happen to that? That will become a positive. Okay, very good. So you copy first negative 5, and that will become positive 4, or negative 5 plus 4. So this is negative and this one is positive. So we subtract since they have unlike signs. So 5 minus 4 is 1. And then you copy the sign of the larger number, which is negative. So your answer is negative 1. And finally, we have positive 10 minus positive 3. The same manner, again, we have here unlike sign, negative and positive. So that will become negative. So you copy first positive 10, and then the condition here will become minus 3, or negative 3. So this is now positive 10 minus 3. So they are unlike signs, so we subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7, and then the sign of the larger integer is positive, so your answer must be positive 7. Okay, so that's it for our discussion of adding and subtracting integers. You can always come back and watch this video every time that you forgot the rules in adding and subtracting integers. Okay, let's have now your survival exercise. I have here 10 items for you to answer. As you can see, you're going to answer these 10 items for 3 minutes. So all you have to do is to apply the rules in adding and subtracting integers that we have discussed a while ago. Okay, so you can solve it mentally or can write your answers on a scratch paper, and your time starts now. Okay, finalize now your answer. You have last 10 seconds. And time is up. Okay, so let us now check your work. So these are the answers on our survival exercise. Okay, check your answers. Again, I'll give you time to check your answers. I'll give you 30 seconds to do that, and your 30 seconds starts now. We have 14, negative 2, negative 1, negative 8, positive 1, negative 2, negative 4, negative 4, negative 16, and positive 8. Okay, that's it. Congratulations. I hope you have learned something today for this lesson. You can always come back in this video if you want to help you remember the rules in adding and subtracting integers. So by that, that's it for the episode 1 of Math Survival Kit. See you on our next Math Survival Kit episode, in which we're going to discuss multiplying and dividing integers. See you again on the next episode of Math Survival Kit. Good day.